We got a lot to talk about. Let's get down to it. Welcome to Count Stacula on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning into another one of my videos. As you can see, I've been a busy little bee, and we're gonna talk about it. We've got a lot to talk about actually, because I have not posted a video in, I don't know, 5-6 weeks, maybe more. So besides just looking at a bunch of my new custom pours that I'm very excited to show off, we've got this just volatile silver market going on right now, where silver prices are insanely high, breaking near all-time highs. I mean, like, if you exclude that one $50 surge in 2011, I mean, it's certainly a mental barrier, the $30 area, and we've cleared it by $2 very fast. So gold led the way. Silver is now on that trajectory, and where it goes, nobody knows. Could we see new all-time silver highs? It's very possible, but I'm not really too concerned about the market, you know, because like a couple dollars here and there, what does it really matter? It's not gonna make a huge difference in terms of you know, selling your bullion. But if you have a few thousand ounces, yeah, it makes a huge difference if you actually wanted to take advantage of that. And should you? Well, that is for you to decide, and you alone. But let's take a look at some of the silver pours, and assuming that you've already seen a whole bunch, we'll start with the newest of the new, and we do have some really cool new stuff to share. So we'll focus on those. Yeah. All right. So let's start with stuff that I've done in 2024. So for 2024, I have really stepped it up a notch. All right. We've seen this design before. This one is an old favorite of mine, one of the first that got me started on my silver pouring journey. But you know, I cleaned up the whole technique a lot, and you know, really made an impressive shift. So now I actually put the year on each piece, so I know which year it was from. So as you can see, 2024. But I've also changed the reverse of this design. Now, it used to be a pattern that I'm going to see if I can find another. Yeah, all right. So, okay, here we have one, the previous design. And here we have the newer one, okay? Now, this one's got a slight little bit of toning, so you can actually see a little, you know, maybe the difference a little bit better, but the difference is in the reverse. So as you can see, this pattern is similar yet completely different. Now, I created this pattern a long time ago, and I guess this was the intention initially. What I didn't realize is that I had kind of goofed it up, but it was kind of a happy accident because it is beautiful the way that it is. But if you look at it extremely closely, it's different. It didn't come out as intended. It's got a few other strange angles in there, but the eye kind of plays with it and makes it work. Whereas this one, it's essentially the same pattern, but all of the angles are constrained properly, like they were intended to. And so now you can really see the difference. So this is the 2024, while this one is the 2023 version. What do you think? Pretty sweet, huh? Yeah, I think so. All right, so that one is new, a new change up for 2024. let's keep going. Now, I tried to do one of these in 2023, but again, I never actually succeeded because I had all sorts of problems. But let's take a look. This is one of the cooler pattern designs I created, and it also works really well. It just, I mean, you could get lost looking at this thing. It's got so much detail, but I think it's just the right amount of detail in terms of for the metal to pick it up and the viewer to understand what's going on. It is a stacker, so it's meant to stack one on top of another, but I have only made one, so we can't really stack it yet. They are 1 ounce of silver, and of course it's got the date on it, 2024, as you can see now. So lately I've been thinking, should I continue stamping the number on these, or now that I'm kind of doing a lot more, maybe I should pick up that laser and actually laser etch into the metal and look a little bit more professional as my art form comes to a more professional appearance. It's no longer warping. As you can see, it's like perfectly flat, and I've really kind of honed my skills in over the whole period of time. Now, this is the same pattern, okay, but it's a little bit scaled and much more detailed. So as you can see, it's the same. It's the same, but scaled. So, I think this one looks better because you can see everything, whereas this one is just like at the upper limit of what kind of detail you can get away with. That's the nice thing about the type of silver pouring that I do, is that the amount of detail that you can get is super extreme. And so this isn't, pouring into a mold like your typical sand casting or graphite mold pours. You can't do this that way. This type of casting is an expensive and difficult, very labor intensive type of casting, and generally speaking, you're going to pay roughly $100 just for labor alone, and then the cost of the material. Right now, that's like $32. So roughly $132 is like the base price for an investment casting like this. And then it goes up from there, because there's only one of these right now, and there's only one of these right now, and there's only one of several of these other ones that I'm going to show you. And everything that I do is essentially low mintage. It kind of puts it in another category of rarity altogether. So I've done a few more of these Pegasus. If you look closely, you'll see that I reused this pattern and just scaled it, okay? So it's a little bit more dense. But it is a stacker, so we're seeing here the reverse of that pattern, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I like this design a lot. I think it's really cool. It's one of the best Pegasus out there. It's got so much high relief. Everything that I do has tons of high relief, and now includes the date. Eventually, if I get that laser, just the level of detail on these coins is going to be out of this world. So we've got another old favorite, but this is now the 2024 version of the Lucky Dragon, and we're going to just take a look at some of these. Here's the antiqued version of the Pegasus from one of the earlier, it's basically the same, but this is a different mold. This doesn't have the date on it. This has a stamped date, so it's from a different mold. But it is probably, yeah, it still stacks just like it should, pretty much. Basically still the same. But we want to find the Lucky Dragon that's antiqued so that I can show the detail of this awesome piece. But since we're we're showing off a lot of the different ones. Here's what the antiqued tiger looks like from 2023. And keep going. Here we go. Here's one that's been antiqued, so you can see. But everything that I've done so far on the 2024 stuff is just levels better than stuff that I was producing in 2023, in my opinion. Let me know down in the comments whether you prefer the stamping or perhaps a laser engraving. But here we go. Okay, what else? I'm about to retire this this particular design. I think I've done enough of them, probably close to like 7 or 8 of them, and I'm getting kind of bored of it and kind of feel like, yeah, I'm ready to move on to like a version 2 or another type altogether. But here's the skull stacker and the antique version. It does stack really well, but you know, I am getting a little tired of it. As you can see, it's pretty cool. That is the 2024. What else do we have? So we also have the Wizard. This one is so dope. This one's hard to get tired of, to be honest. It's so nice. Let me see if I can find the antique version. But this is one of my favorite pieces. And here it is. Here's the antique version. Really can see the detail when it's been antiqued. Let's flip it over and take a look. Love this design in both the antiqued. Oh, so this is a 2024. Yeah, I did do this one recently and I stamped it. I don't remember doing it. But that's a stamp, believe it or not. That's not, yeah, that's a different mold. That's a stamp. This is not a stamp. So this was early 2024. Different mold. Cool stuff. Then we have another favorite of mine, the dolphin. This pattern, I love this pattern too. It's so cool. And here's another one that I did that's gilded or 24 karat plated version. When I do get around to selling these, they'll all probably come in float boxes like this with a signature COA, a certificate of authenticity. You know, they all have premium finishes, whether it's the satin, the gilded, the antiqued, and I even have rainbow toned and other type finishes like I'm gonna share with you here shortly. Let's continue on. Here's another new one, the gorilla. Now, I may have featured this on the channel before, but this is the pattern reverse, not the stacker. And I've had a hard time getting this one to come out for whatever reason, but this is a really good one. And yeah, to show you the difference in an antiqued rainbow tone version, this one is like my pride and joy. I'll never sell this because it's just so beautiful. This is the stacker version. And it's just amazing on both sides. And this is the, you know, kind of octo tessellation version of it that I do. So I mix things up sometimes. This also has the year on it. This one does not. So there. The year just makes it easier. If I am gonna stamp these, it saves me 4 extra stamps per piece to be able to put that on there. And I can just say, you know what, these were all made in 2024 and there's only gonna be a limited supply of them, obviously. So we have a few more goodies to look at. I tried experimenting with a couple of new designs, and unfortunately, some of them worked, some of them didn't. This is one that did not work so well. So I was going for this barbarian warrior standing in front of the castle here. You can kind of see that, but it's too muddy. It didn't come out quite right like I wanted it. Let's take a look at the obverse. And same thing. It's kind of muddy. It didn't quite come out the way. So this is actually going to be a one-off. I'll probably never produce this again. Just a one-off piece. And we'll see what I do with it. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll sell it one day. But there's that. And then we have one more like it. If I can find out where I put it. Here it is. Another one came out slightly better. Let me know what you think about this guy, the bearded warrior. Also going for that kind of barbarian thief. And I like the reverse on this one a little bit better. However, these, were supposed to look like little, peasants' houses and alongside the mountain and, paths and stuff. And it just did not come out as anticipated. It looks like a bunch of rock only. And yeah, so that was kind of a fail. Maybe I can rework it and make it work. Otherwise, I think it's pretty cool. You can kind of see some definition in there in the higher relief, like the guy's face when you tilt it like that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so-so on this one. What else? So we have another one that I actually think that came out great, and that has been rainbow toned. And just look at this. This is amazing. We got to take it out of the capsule and really have a look. So this has been antiqued. This is the Fairy Queen, and this is also a continuation of the Wizard series, basically. Same theme, and then on the other side we have a portrait, which we'll take a look at. But this one antiqued really well because you got that awesome rainbow toning in the clouds, looking like an aurora borealis in the skylight with the clouds and the stars. Can clearly make that out in the field of flowers, and the lady with the dress. It's awesome. It's awesome. Came out great. It's antiqued and also polished. Just came out great. Really happy about that. Let's take a look at the portrait side. And this one just is a monster in terms of toning. A monster. Let's take a look at this portrait of the Fairy Queen. This is probably up there with one of the better pieces that I've produced. What do you guys think, though? So this has been rainbow toned but not polished. So it's a very interesting piece because it's got two different finishes total, okay? But I think it looks amazing. But what do you think? Hit me up down in the comments. Let me know if this is your favorite. All right, so we're actually getting to the good stuff. Yeah, you've seen these before. I've made my dino coins. This was the version from 2023, but I changed it up. This was how it used to look, but we're gonna take a look at the next in the series. Okay, I also actually redid this. Whoops, let's not do that. I also redid this coin slightly. I think we have it right here. Here it is, the 2024 version. I upped the ante. So we got Dino Booty, Tyrannopolis, Rex Public. How you like that? Oh man, adding some text really makes all the difference, doesn't it? Loving it, but that's not all. Let's take a look at the obverse of this coin. That's not a coin. Yes, I installed the date underneath the dead T-Rex fossil president with the top hat. What do you think, guys? Awesome. Is it not awesome? It's awesome. Yeah, an improvement. We also have the text on the side, same as before, but now, a little extra something on the obverse and the reverse, and the date it just looks so much more like legit money, right? Gotta love it. You gotta love it. Moving on. We've seen the rum skull many a time. We got a nice little mint air going on that makes it look so much cooler. This is the rum skull. What's changed on the rum skull? I just added the date, 2024. whereas previously it didn't have the date. Okie doke, here we are. So this was the previous, the 2023. Did not have the date, but now we do. So 2024 on that one. Okay, now let's take a look at another. Then this is like the newest one. If the rum skull was the pirate coin of 2023 in my collection, now we officially have the second in the series. But here it is. This is like the official pirate coin, and we're keeping the same basic theme but changing around some stuff. So this is the pirate ship. We got the pirate ship coin, right? And here we have in this fine pirate script, 1 ounce 999 fine silver, and then we also have the 2024 date there. What do you think, guys? How does it look? I think it's awesome. Personally, I'm very proud of this piece, and they're coming out better and better. I love it. I love it. So I produced quite a few of them. All right, so here it is. The other one that, you know, we've got to take a look at. This is the Dino coin number 2. Okay, second in the series. All right, so here it is. Now we have Velasio Raptolini. Oh man, I love this. I love this. It's like he's like a gangster Velociraptor. I love it. 2024. You ready for the reverse? This is even better. Even better. If you probably wouldn't believe it. We could get any better than that. Check it out. Dino states of a Megasaurus, 1 Megalodonero. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, dude. All right, so let's take a closer look. I made a few of them. When this gets antiqued, you're gonna see this pop like nothing else. It's gonna look crazy good. Here we got a couple mint errors going on. That happens. It happens. Not a big deal. So these are the ones I'm probably most proud of, and quite frankly, I kind of prefer the rounds much more than the squares or bars that I've been producing lately. But let me know what you think. I've just been putting a little bit more effort into the designs of these than some of the bars, but I really dig this. This is kind of where I want to go with it going forward. I'm going to come up with more clever coin ideas like this. I know they're not coins, but that's what I'm calling them, because rounds just doesn't sound nearly as cool as my pirate ship coins. So that's my loot I wanted to show off. I'm super excited to add these pieces to my stack, and you know, I haven't gotten a whole lot of interest in you know, selling these coins in particular. I just, you know, I don't think that people are gonna want to pay $130 for it, and to be honest, that's barely enough for me to, you know, be able to keep up, knowing that chances are the price on resale of these is just going to go higher. But the thing is, it literally does take $100 worth of labor, you know, like physical work to produce something like these. So it's not easy. But I've been playing around with antiquing, so I'll show off some other cool stuff that are, you know, just must-see coins that I've rainbow toned, and I love them the way they look. Check out the blue on this St. Helena, Una and the Lion. So redonkulous. Look at that. Look at that shine. It's unbelievable. You can't even see what's going on in the capsule. We gotta open up the capsule. take a look at this. I don't think this light is really doing it justice, but it honestly looks like the freaking Milky Way galaxy or something. Bluish purpley tones, just crazy beautiful. This coin is already worth a good $100, a good Honda. So I must be crazy to tone these things, but I got a full roll of them. So, you know, you gotta play. You gotta play sometimes. You gotta enjoy the hobby. This was definitely a win. You don't always get wins with toning, but guys, can you argue with that? This is staying in my personal collection. I have no intention of selling it anyway, so I don't really care. Let's take a look at a couple more that I toned up. This one, even wilder, except that the queen's face kind of looks like a little clownish with that little bright nose and chin, you know, and that little extra blush on her eyebrows or whatever. Crazy toning on this one. Let's take a look. Man, just look at the blues on that. Just crazy. Let me give it a closer look so y'all can see. Wild, just wild. I like rainbow toning. You know, who doesn't like a little color? A little color on their coins every once in a while, even if it's artificial. I don't care. I'm not trying to, like, you know, pass it off as something it's not. This is totally artificial toning, what artificial toning looks like. It's just so you know. And it's beautiful. It's freaking awesome. Still 1 ounce of silver. So there you go. Another beaut. Let's take a look at one more. And they're all slightly different in the way that they've been toned. This is another St. Helena Tiger, another expensive 1 ounce silver coin out there on the market. Usually pick these up for about $80 an ounce, but yet another one I have a tube of that I just wanted to play with it. You know? Can you blame me? Look at that. Another win. So, that's what I've been up to. A lot of the fun stuff, at least, that I've been playing with. And, you know, I've done a little bit of tracking on my spreadsheet in terms of my precious metals and stuff, and updating the spreadsheet formulas so that, you know, I can know now how much I spent on all of my bullion silver, how much I spent on all my proof silver, how much I spent on all my numismatic silver, how much I spent on all my junk silver. But anyway, what I did was I went back into my spreadsheet, and everything was already pretty organized and categorized. I just had to add a few formulas so that I could find out the cost average of each category, because I had it all mixed up into one, and the cost average was relatively high because I was including proof coins, numismatic coins, numismatics that are really old and expensive, like less, you know, for like a Morgan silver dollar and high grade MS66 plus CAC stickered, you know, rainbow toned coin, you know, maybe I paid like $600 for that or something. And, you know, that's less than an ounce of silver. That's going to throw your whole stack out of whack. But I wanted to know, since this silver price was rising, where do I stand with my bullion? Where do I stand with each category? And so I cleaned it up. I figured it out. And I'm happy to announce that I am currently, as of the time of this video, all my bullion is purchased well under spot. Not well under spot, but under spot. Because most of my bullion is like these kind of premium bullion pieces that, you know, are going to cost you the price of a silver eagle or more, or slightly less, but thereabouts. You know, if you had bought just generic bullion, then your cost basis might be lower. But if you don't keep track, you don't know, and I wanted to know, and now I got some really valuable information that I can use and basically take to the bank. Not literally, but you know what I mean. That was really helpful, and that is where we are at. I have not made that spreadsheet available. The older spreadsheet is still available. The links are in the description. But maybe I'll get around to updating it. I only had like 2 or 3 people ever download the old spreadsheet, so I can't imagine there's that many people who will be interested in the new updated formulas. But if there is any interest and you watch to the end of the video and you still want to know how to track your precious metal purchases better, then hit me up down in the comments. Leave a comment. Let me know. Maybe I'll get around to it. So there's other things I wanted to do and talk about since it's been so long, but I think this video is getting long enough already as it is. We're going to leave it here, and we're going to get to some more stuff later on when I get to making another video. There's going to be some more pieces I'm going to be producing. But if you did stick around to the end of this video, then there's a special little surprise, because soon I'm probably going to be listing at least one of these coins on eBay for a lucky viewer who wants to pick it up, who feels like it, you know, they might be interested. Keep a lookout on my eBay store. Links are in the description. One is going to be going up on eBay soon, either at a fixed price or at an auction, or maybe I'll have 2, one at auction and one at a fixed price, and we'll see what happens. That's coming soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to Count Stacula. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and tune in for some more that's coming soon. Peace.